You do know that dogs are great teachers of how to sell easier and better. And if you think about a day in a dog's life, it's an easy one. Some of our behaviors can serve as models for do's and don'ts for salespeople.
For those of you that know me, you know that I have an affinity for little white dogs, especially little white poodles. But you have to admit, sometimes our pups know more about things than we do. So if we take a look at the dog do's and don'ts and see how maybe that can help us in our business, maybe we'll learn something from them. Let's follow a dog's lead and see how we can sell easier and better. Dogs mark their territory. Now obviously this doesn't mean the exact same thing from the human perspective, but it does mean something very similar. You need to know what your territory is and where your target market lives. And not only that, more importantly, you need to make sure that they know who you are, what you do, where you are, and how you're going to help them solve their problems. Dogs don't have any trouble expressing affection in public. Now, I'm not suggesting that you hug and kiss your customer, but it's very important that you let them know that they matter. If you send them a birthday card, or perhaps if you remember something they told you the last time you spoke with them and bring it up again, that's going to show to them that they matter to you and that you care, and that's very, very important. Dogs miss you when you're gone. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go out to get the mail and I come back in 30 seconds later, my little puppy Sabrina acts as though I've been gone forever. Now, what does that mean from a customer perspective? It means that you need to let them know that you're thinking about them, even if they're not paying you at that particular moment in time. If they go on a vacation, perhaps you can give them a call afterwards or send them a little note saying how you're doing. Keep in touch with them. Let them know that they matter to you. That's really good opportunities for upsell and customer service. Dogs are very direct about wanting to go out. There's no question when they have to go to the bathroom. They jump on you and they bark and they put their head towards the door. You know what they want. Now, what that means from your perspective is you need to be very clear about what you want your customer or client to do. And that is especially important when it comes to your website. If somebody gets to your website or they watch a presentation or a video that you've done and you're not clear about what you want them to do, which is called your call to action, they're not going to do it. So you need to make it very, very clear exactly what it is that you want your customer to do. Dogs don't play games except fetch. Now, unfortunately, people do play games. So there's going to be times that a customer is going to lead you on. Maybe they'll take you to the point where you're so sure they're going to sign, and they don't. So you just have to be aware that sometimes people are not always exactly upfront about what their intentions are. Dogs don't laugh at how you throw the ball, but sometimes your clients might be very, very critical, and you've got to keep in mind that you have to figure out how you're going to handle that, put on a tough skin, be diplomatic and professional, but realize that sometimes people are going to be very, very difficult. Dogs understand what no means. It's very clear. If I yell at my little puppy, which is not often, and I use that word no, her head goes down and her tail goes between her legs and she knows exactly what I mean. Now, do you know what your customer means when they say no? Sometimes they mean no. Sometimes they mean no and go away. Other times it might mean, I really don't understand exactly what you can do for me. Perhaps more explanation would be in order. You need to be able to read your customers and understand the situation. And when they mean no, means no, you need to go away and stop bothering them. The dogs don't know everything. As much as I love my little Sabrina, there are some things that she just doesn't know. Dogs are really bad at asking questions. Now, you as a business owner, you better know how to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions and don't communicate with your client base, you're not going to know what they want. So asking questions and understanding what their needs are is going to put you in a better position to make more sales. Dogs don't know how to talk on the telephone. They also don't know how to send an email. You need to know how to do all of those things. Now, talking on the telephone is not always easy these days. It's very hard to get hold of an actual person on the phone. Usually it's a recording, and you have to go through 10 steps to try to find the right person. And very often people will rely on emails or text messages. But you need to understand your customer, your prospective customer, and understand which mode of communication, be it the telephone, a text message, an email, a fax, whatever it is, Skype call, you need to be able to communicate with each individual customer in the way that they want to be communicated with. And when we do improve our sales and all these things that we've done, some of the lessons that we've learned from our pups, we have to remember it's time to get ready for that tummy rub and be happy. So I hope you've learned something from our pups, and thank you so much.
So, did you learn anything? We pups know a little more than I think you give us credit for. We aren't called man's best friend for nothing. Now if you like this video and want something like it for your message, you should contact New Horizons 123 and talk to them about your video project. They are pretty creative in helping you get your video message out to your target audience. Here come the contact details.